I am here to speak to you about my incredibly strong support for House Bill 6194. It's an act requiring disclosures concerning the termination of certain funds and accounts. And most folks are not familiar with the circumstances of this, or that even that this is a problem. Um, Began in 2013 session year. General Assembly created a Sandy Hook Workers Assistance Fund. We called it SHWAF for short. It was the first public act of 2013, 13-1, and it was a response to the aftermath of the shootings that were experienced in Newtown on 12/14 of 2012. And the purpose of this particular fund was to take care of our first responders and the people that were working in close proximity to or in the facility that was, the subject of that day. What we found was that not everybody had the proper coverage to have the supports necessary to seek workers' compensation claims for trauma-induced PTSDs and ongoing therapies and other therapeutic measures that were needed, because the bill was quite comprehensive at the time, and we were careful to include unionized and non-unionized individuals in this, including folks that were in the building, and that might have just been facilities manager type folks, in addition to our first responders. So that fund was successful. It dispersed nearly $380,000 of benefit money to cover the therapies and the recovery of a number of individuals. But the purpose of the bill is to preserve the spirit of what we created there and protect future trusts from being raided by outside special interests. So what happened with this particular fund was in 2025, a unaffiliated charity executed an MOU, actually two MOUs in sequence, and emptied the balance of the fund, which at the time was about $116,000. That $116,000 was reasoned away without the knowledge of us in the legislature, without the knowledge of the Newtown Sandy Hook Foundation or the Sandy Hook Workers Assistance Program administrators. And at the time, the fund was less active than it was in 2013 and 2014. However, we did get a claim from two police officers with delayed PTSD claims in 2018-19. And when we went to service their mental health needs, we were told that the money was gone by a new administrator that we did not know had been appointed. It was very, very concerning, and we opened up an investigation, one of two investigations with the state attorneys general, and subsequently one with the independent auditors of the state of Connecticut. And the findings were very simple. The MOUs were executed emptying this fund, essentially sunsetting the foundation when it was still actively needed. So the legislation that before us seeks to prevent that from happening by simply having proper disclosures to the people that created that particular that fund and the spirit of what it was intended to accomplish, which was to have folks be supported in the necessary therapies that came after having experienced firsthand something that no human being should ever have to experience.